Evening Pumas. Sorry, there's no football on tonight. But thought I'd take this opportunity just to go through our game on Saturday, which should hopefully be going ahead. Van Astro, it does look a bit clearer this weekend. So, our normal formation, 1-2-1. As we've spoke about after the matches. Our main feature is defence. And what usually happens? The defender drifts off, they bring the ball down the middle, and we're wide open. Sometimes it could be down the wing, and as they're going down the wing, this player might be chasing them, but then we've got nobody in the middle to stop them getting the ball. So this week, what we're going to try is two in defence and then two up front, but the formation of the up front could be anywhere. They could be two together, could be two or one and two, one holding back, maybe one using the wing, one up front. The main thing is these two players are looking for space and to get into space ready for a break. So if a defender has the ball, for example, this player, let's just put the defence on, so we've got the whole team on. So we have the ball back in defence. These two players on the main field will be looking to get into the best space they can. So for example here, we could pass, and then we've got a chance on goal. So the defenders will have two at the back, and I want you to try and work in a way where you work together, not necessarily right next to each other, because that's where we'll have the same issues. So if we take, for example, player is coming down the wing with the ball, this player can approach that player to try and put them off. They don't necessarily have to go straight in. Obviously, remember the tactic we use to cause them to make a mistake. But as this player is there, then this player will watch out for these players coming in on the attack. So these could be running down, and this player needs to watch and stop them getting the ball. So if this player gets closer, he might try and make the pass, but then we're there to stop the pass, and then hopefully we'll have two of the players up the field looking for the space, and they can pass the ball and get that up the field to the goal. So the main feature of this week is going to be two in defence and two what I'll call runners, and that's going to be the main change for this week. Now we are going to be doing it so you won't be in defence all the time. You will be taking it in turns throughout the quarters as normal. So you probably will end up either in defence and up front or as a runner. As a reward, we've also got a new trophy for Defender of the Week. So whoever I feel is doing everything we need to and trying to defend that net as much as possible, then that trophy will go to them. One key thing is, it doesn't matter how many goals we score, it's also about how many goals we concede. So if we can stop them scoring 2 or 3 goals, we only need to score 1 to win, for example. So the formation is going to be 2 and then 2 up the field. Okay, so next I want to have a look at goal kicks, another area where we're struggling. So what we tend to find is we'll pass the ball down the middle. As soon as you've got that ball, their player is on you, and we're usually getting tackled, and then they'll go and score. So we have been working on playing on the wing. So you pass to the wing. As you can see there, that player is quite close. They can come onto you very fast, and unless you get a quick pass in, the chances are, we're either going to have to dribble it up the field, or they're going to tackle us and then get on the break, and then we've got no one else back normally, but this time we will, because we'll have the extra player there ready to defend. But what I want us to do on goal kicks is whichever side the player comes onto, one of the defenders drops to the right. The goalkeeper will then pass the ball to this player, who will then have lots of time because this player now has all that distance to cover, whereas normally it's only a small amount. So now this player has got the ball. I want one of the running fields to run and get into space. By this time, you know, you've got all these players, they're probably all trying to come down and attack you. We've got two players up here now. The ball can be played through, and then we've got 2-on-1 situation, or even if that play comes up there, we've got a clean break. So the main key is here is this player will get next to the goalkeeper and play a very small pass with you facing forward, ready to look for that long pass. It could end up being a short pass, but as long as you're facing the right way, this player has got a long time to get to you. You've got time to make a decision to get the ball up the field. I don't want to see the ball played back into our own net, because if we do, the chances are we'll have one of their attacking team trying to get the ball, and then we're stuck trying to fight getting out of our box. So the main feature is to get that ball up the field as much as we can. So just remember, on goal kicks, one of the defenders drops back next to the goalkeeper on the edge of the box, takes the pass looking forwards. Okay, and kickoffs, we learned this one from last weekend. Now we've got a few players out there that have got a really good kick and shot on goal that could quite happily score from the halfway line. So either if it's a case of shooting or just getting the ball up the field, how I'd like the goal kicks to work, or at least a couple of them have a try at, is so this player is going to pass backwards into our half. We've got the two defenders at the back, and then we're going to have their player and two wingers usually stood waiting for us to get the ball. So this is the key player here in the middle. Whereabouts is he stood or she stood compared to where you are? So this player here is one that this player needs to watch. So if this player is stood that side, for example, this player would move to this side. If that player is stood that side, you probably best go into this side. Now what the person taking the centre kick will do is just play a nice ball right in front of them, so you can get that ball and get that ball up the field, at which point they've probably moved forwards. This player can drop off, head towards the net, and then this player will either shoot or at least get the ball somewhere up in their half where this player is now free, and we can either run, shoot, or we actually get the goal from there, which would just make a nice little cheeky goal to get us up. But the main point is, as soon as we get this ball, we get it up the field. The person taking the middle kick runs into space over here or gets near the goal as fast as he can. So when the ball's played up, even if they get it, for example, this player is up their half trying to get the ball back. So the key feature here is trying to get away from this player. So you're either lining up the opposite side to the player. This person can be kind of used as a block. So they're blocking where you're going to be standing. And then as the ball is played, you either go for the shot or you play the ball down. As soon as this person has made the pass, they're going to run up. So they're up the field. Okay, and let me move on to corners. So what we want to aim for here is obviously one's going to take the corner, then they're going to have more or less all their players back. They might have one watching our defender. This defender doesn't need to wait back here. The other defender comes up and helps. So this defender really wants to try and get into space around here. So anywhere around here, looking for the ball to bounce out. So the two in the middle want to be one at the front, one at the back. So when the cross comes in, if that player misses it, the second player's got a chance of getting it in as well. Then this player is watching. So if the ball comes in, their player kicks it out. This player can run in, try and get the ball back and shoot. But as well as that, watch out for this player just in case. So you need to always be checking where the ball is. But if we have one at the front post, one at the back post, if the ball's played in through the middle, we've got a good chance of that going in. Now, if you want to confuse them maybe on one or two of the goal kicks, so they'll be defending these players, you've then got this player stood here. This player could run into space, you could play the ball out to them, they've got a clear shot on the goal while everyone else is waiting in the middle. You've got probably quite a bit of time because the ball is going to get there. As long as it's a nice fast pass back to our player, these are going to take a lot longer to get to you. So by the time you've got the ball, one touch, put it into space and have a shot, or try and get the ball into another player and try and get the goal. Okay, and last one, just going on to our normal throw-ins. So if the throw-in is in our half, for example, we kind of tend to run in front of their players. So if you're stood here or here, that's going to equal in do not throw to that player. If the player's stood back here, you don't really want to be playing to that player. So in this scenario here, the one with the green star is the best option. So you want to be aiming to throw the ball across above the heads of the other people to put us into space, and then you've got a free run up to the goal. Okay, and then what we don't want to do is we're not going to throw the ball backwards, we're not going to throw the ball in front of their players because we're just going to get the ball here and then we're stuck anyway because we've got two players on us. So what you want to be aiming to do is throw the ball either straight down the line or you want to be getting it over the heads. So you're in space, for example, so you're here, they throw it over their heads, you've got the ball, you've then got a clean run towards a goal. This player can then run back on the pitch and support you, or if they're in defence they can drop back and help just in case the other team get the ball back. Or this player here is then stuck because it'll be bashing into them. So we want to try and get both players behind their players. But if you can't get into it, just try and get into space. So back to formation. So yep, as I say, we'll be playing the two at the back, two up the front, but as I say, they can move around wherever we want. So I hope that makes sense, and as I say, sorry I can't make tonight, but hopefully that gives us a little insight into the weekend, and I'll see you all Saturday, hopefully. And also, if you've watched this and paid attention, if you want to be a goalkeeper, go and tell your parents now, and they will message me to say you would like to be a goalkeeper. Many thanks. See you soon. Bye.